What's up, Aaliyah? It's your girl Hannah here on the second Wednesday of November. I know I say this every week, but I never get tired of saying it. I literally can't believe it's already November. Before you know it's going to be December, and then before you know it's going to be 2022. I feel like 2020 was like a really long, drawn-out year, and 2021's kind of flown by. Same as this month. I literally can't believe we're already here on the second week of November, but nonetheless, welcome in to the newest episode of the Aaliyah podcast. Before I dive deep today, I want to remind you of a couple of things. First off, if you've not yet, please go follow us on Instagram. Super simple, Aaliyah. That's how you got to find us on Instagram. Feel free to follow us there, as well as Facebook. You can like our Facebook page, Aaliyah, there as well, so you can keep up to date with our latest giveaways, our latest educational courses, and so much more. And just to recap the last couple of weeks here on the Aaliyah podcast, if you've been following us really since July and August, we've had a monthly theme here on the Aaliyah podcast. So August was back to school, which segued into September, which was the immune system. Then, of course, October was the respiratory system. And then this month, of course, is the digestive system, which I think is a very underrated system of the body. I think it's a system that a lot of people don't talk about, and it is an important thing to talk about. So last week, I shared a little bit of my story, my history with some digestive issues, my history with really just my testimony and where I used to be versus where I am now. And I focus a lot on the oil Digest. I shared how it's an oil I always have with me in my gym bag. I shared kind of how it helped me get off of Zofran for anti-nausea because I had my gallbladder removed. And tonight, I just kind of wanted to dive deep a little bit into my top 5 supplements. And I want to share our top 5 products, I should say, that I use for the digestive system. One in which I recently just started using, and I think it's a supplement that a lot of people don't know is beneficial for the digestive system. But before we do that, I wanted to also remind you that for the next 2 weeks, so the next 2 Wednesdays, there's 2 more Wednesdays in November, I'm going to be joined by the one, the only, the great Jim Bob Haggerton. He's going to talk a lot about the digestive system. We're going to talk a lot about his story and some of his favorite go-to products and why you need to be using them. So he's going to have the more doctoral, scientific knowledge behind the digestive system, and I'm just someone kind of sharing my story. So anyway, last week, of course, I talked about Digest. So you can go ahead and note that is going to be one of the 5 topics, one of the 5 supplements I will be talking about tonight. My top 5 supplements, that's definitely up there. Digest. I think it's a product, it's an oil that everyone needs in their house, in their car, in their gym bag. And if you have kids, super simple, Tummy Jize. Tummy Jize smells better than Digest. It has a little bit of a different ingredients in it, but it does the same thing. So if you have kids, honestly, if you have kids, I think you should just get all of the Kid Sense oils, but Tummy Jize is cheap and it's amazing for all things tummy and digestive. So we're going to talk about Digest. I'm going to talk about Life 9 and how it's an amazing probiotic. I'm going to be talking about Essential Zyme 4, which I think is another product that a lot of people don't know about and a lot of people need it in their life. I'm going to be talking about Allerzyme. You're probably like, what is Allerzyme? That's exactly why I want to talk about it. And then Detox Zyme. Okay, Detox Zyme is another supplement that I always have with me. So these are the top 5 tonight that I'm going to be talking about, starting with Digest. I did a lot of that last week. Once again, it's a supplement. It's a oil, actually, that Young Living has that is amazing. So if you're an adult, even kids, I think everyone should have Digest. And if you have younger kids, especially in school, Tummy Jize is a great alternative. But Digest is an oil I always have on me. I don't leave the house without it because it's so good for the digestive system. If I eat something funky or I'm car sick or I just feel nauseous, it is something you always need to have on you. Now, Life 9 is Young Living's probiotic. And I just want you to go ahead and know that I have tried many probiotics from many different companies, and they never worked. Now, I would take a lot of probiotics over the course of the last 10 years, and a lot of them affected me negatively, meaning gave me stomach cramps and made me have a sick stomach. And Young Living's probiotic is the first probiotic I've ever taken that has actually helped me, not hurt me. It's a highly potent probiotic. Actually, has 17 billion correct, billion live cultures from 9 beneficial bacteria strains to support a healthy immune function, metabolism, and it really does just help with a normal intestinal function. So basically, it helps you poop, right? So it's super good. I love it. And I'm telling you that it is the best probiotic I've ever used. And I'm not just saying that. It truly is a probiotic I think everyone needs. You're probably like, why do you need a probiotic? Well, it's all about having good gut flora. And we're going to dive deeper in this with Jim Bob Haggerty because he can explain this a lot better than I can. But long story short, when your gut's healthy and happy, the rest of your body's healthy and happy. So you need good probiotics to help with your gut function. The other product I love taking, and I think everyone needs to be using, is Essentialzyme 4. So really you think about enzymes, right? Enzymes are so good for you. Essentialzyme 4, there's a reason for it, okay? So it aids in the basically digestion of dietary fats, proteins, fiber, and carbohydrates, okay? So really it helps you break down and digest foods. The reason I love Essentialzyme 4 is because it has a 2-capsule enzyme blend, one that is slow release and one that is fast release, okay? So it's dual time release technology. So one helps you digest fast and one helps you digest over time, and they're both important. And once again, we're going to go over all these products in depth with Jim Bob over the next 2 weeks. I just kind of wanted to share my top 5 just so y'all would know, and just so y'all kind of had an idea of what we're going to be talking about for the next couple of weeks here with Jim Bob Haggerty. So far we've covered Digest, Life 9, Essentialzymes, and I want to actually talk about Detoxzyme for a minute before I talk about Allerzyme, because Detoxzyme is also amazing, and it has cumin in it, and some people think it tastes disgusting just because it has the cumin, but I think it's actually one of the best things I've ever used. So Detoxzyme combines cumin, anise, and fennel with enzymes that help complete digestion, detoxify, and promote cleansing. So this is a product I have with me when I travel, because I don't know about you, but I tend to get the bubble guts. I tend to get the unhappy belly when I'm traveling. I get the travel belly. And Detoxzyme is something that always happens to me because it seems to help me stay regular. It seems to help me detox with foods I'm normally not used to eating. Like if I'm eating on an airplane or I'm eating in an airport, it's probably foods I'm not used to eating. And so Detoxzyme is really good in helping digest that. If I eat too much fat and, like tacos or whatever, it's also a product I have with me. And the last product is actually a product I just used for the first time last night. I just got it a few days ago. And I recently found out I have a gluten and dairy allergy, and it's very serious. Let me just give you a little example of how bad it is. I'm like, you know what? I want ice cream last night. So my best friend and I watched this episode of Survivor, and I had some ice cream. And within 5 minutes, I started going, and my throat started hurting. Well, my throat's still a little scratchy, and I still have drainage because I had dairy, and my body is not happy with it. So Allerzyme was important for that, okay? And I'm going to explain why. Allerzyme is a gentle vegetarian enzyme complex that supports normal digestion and is infused with tarragon and ginger premium essential oils, okay? So basically what Allerzyme does is it helps with digestion. It works with our different immune systems, a different system in our body. It's soothing to our digestive system, and it provides relief from symptoms of eating food you shouldn't be eating. Like, for example, bloating, gas, sometimes stomach cramping. And I'm going to tell you this. I took this last night, and within 10 minutes, I stopped going, and I need to take another dose tonight. But I'm telling you, it is amazing. It's a product I'm going to take every single time I am eating something I know I'm not going to eat, or I shouldn't eat, right? Like if I'm eating gluten or I'm eating dairy, like I'm going to make sure to take Allerzyme before and after to help me with that. So those are just the top 5 I want to talk about tonight. Once again, Digest, Life 9, Essentialzyme 4, Allerzyme, and Detoxzyme. Those are the top 5 products that I love using for my digestive system. And those are the 5 products we'll be going over with Jim Bob. He can go more in depth, the scientific, like the doctoral knowledge behind all of that. But I just want you to know that the digestive system is a system that does not need to be neglected. And it is so important. And once you realize the gut-brain connection, it's literally going to blow your mind. So that's basically all I've got for you tonight. today, whichever you're listening to this. It's always hard to know because some people live in other parts of the world. And so this may be actually in the morning for you, maybe your afternoon podcast, as you're walking down the beach. You could be listening to this as you're taking a shower before you go to bed. I don't know. But regardless of when and where you're listening to this, please know that all of us here at Oleap are so thankful for you. We love each and every one of you. And I look forward to recording these podcasts each week because it's a little way that I can share my passion with you about, because I love talking. I love podcasting. I actually went to Alabama for sports broadcasting. I've been a sports broadcaster for the last 10 years now. But even more than that, I love getting to share my passion for health and wellness because it's something that has completely changed my life. And you have the power to also change your life every single day. So once again, feel free to go follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Oleap on both of those. And just be encouraged to know that you have the power to change your life one supplement, one drop, one day at a time. I hope you have a blessed week, and I will be back with you next week. Talk to you later. Bye, y'all.